Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Miss Goldenlocks here with a new first impressions video, because we are back at it again with the first impressions, which means new stuff. So I am excited. Like, I am so impatient, especially when it comes to new stuff. I'm that person, like the meme, just waiting there on the porch. Well, not in porch because we're not in America, but waiting there on the driveway for the delivery to arrive. Like you said, it was dispatched, so where is it right now? So today I've got all new products which I can't wait to play around with. I would just like to point out this top right here. I think it was Gucci that brought these like Gucci inspired tops which had like the little bows on them and stuff like that, and I saw a few of them and I think this could be me now. Polo shirts with the little bow on it. It took me like 10 minutes to get this on, which is why it needed its own shout out in this video, because the struggle to get this on this shirt was a lot. So if we would just like to appreciate the effort that went in, okay? So I've got quite a few products, so hopefully you will enjoy this video of the new goodies that I get to play around with at last. Now, as I said, I'm impatient, so some of it I'm not gonna have opened and had a look at and stuff like that. So it is the first impression because I haven't like combined everything on here and I haven't used everything on here, so I'm just gonna go through some of the things that I have. So now, if you've been watching a couple of my videos, I've been doing them only since like February time. I have been complaining the most about not having a right primer, but also on the other hand, I'm real cheap and I'm really frugal. So while I have a primer, I'm not necessarily going to go out my way to buy a primer, even though I'm going to spend the next 6 months complaining about said primer till it runs out. But I have invested in a mattifying Benefit Pore Fessional primer. So this one is different to the one that I had. I usually had the usual one that they just had, which I quite liked. It gave me a lot more oil control, but this one's actually a mattifying one. So we have this to try today. I also have a new product which I didn't know black people could get. I watched Naima Tang's video, which I love her channel. She's just so nice. She just seems so nice and so sweet, and she's just so informative on her channel. She does some really good videos. I really like the one where she did her makeup in front of an actual makeup artist, and it was just like crazy. I just love her. She's so eloquent as well. She's just, oh, so she did a review on this. Now I bought this. Now the box does not match the shade, I just would like to point that out, and I got the Lancome tinted moisturiser in 12W. This really was not in many places or many stores at all, like, and it was actually quite difficult to find the only brown shade that they had, because it was sold out in like most stores. The only place I got this was Boots. This was the only place that had it. The brown shade in everywhere, it was gone, and this was the only shade I could find. Now when I watched her video, I remember her because she does her series of the darkest shade, and hers was like 16C or something like that, but the only brown shade I could find, which is also always different in the UK, was 12W, which I do actually have warm undertones, so it should work for me well, but honestly it just wasn't anywhere at all. I found it on Boots, but it was shocking. So, but I got it. So we have this in 12W. As I said, the only brown shade they had. There was no Spectrum. I didn't go in store to like to find it, but I mean, if you're ordering online from Boots or Debenhams or John Lewis or wherever, you expect them to have certain amounts of the range on the website as well as in store. And then I have finally got the Beauty Bakery flour powder. Just look how cute this packaging is. I've been so excited to try and get my hands on it. So I have the brown baking powder. I'm going to see how I feel about this one, and then I might upgrade to the yellow because I do really like my W7 at the moment. Now, I also have a new eyeshadow palette. I've been seeing these and I've just been like, these palettes are just, they just look so prestige. Like, just look at the packet. Just look at the reflectingness on the packet. I literally like that video of that girl where she's had too much and she's going, that is me right now. But just, so I can't wait to try this. As I said, we don't really have much lid. We don't really do too many eye looks, but I feel like I'm going to feel prestige with this. So I finally got an eyeshadow palette, so we will definitely play around with this. Now the final item needs no introduction, okay? As I said, I'm frugal, but I do know what I want at the same time. And I have been wanting this item since it first came out. but the frugal in me was not going to pay import tax. Why should I pay more for an item when I shouldn't need to? In my opinion, I shouldn't need to. Import tax is a bump. It's a bump. It's not like I'm buying it for cheaper in America and then I'm getting it, you know, for a better price. So, Beauty Bay, shout outs to you, because they finally got their hands on the Jackie Aina LeBron James Diamond Glow Powder. I am so gassed to try this. Honestly, I've wanted this for so long. I was going to buy the bundle when it came out, but with the time I bought the bundle for like $55, I'd have then had to wait for it to get to UK, to then pay £20 to then go pick it up. And I'm like, I'm not paying £20 extra for an item when I shouldn't need to. So I finally got this. I got Le Bronze. I didn't get Le Peach because Le Peach is a bit pale. I mean, I have seen Jackie's videos, so I might get I don't know. I just needed me some Le Bronze. So I finally got this. So yes, so we have some new stuff to play around with. So I'm going to go in first with the primer. Now, I'm not sure, actually, let me have a look. So I'm not sure if you'd have to use a primer with a hydrating skin tint healthy glow, because it's not actually necessarily a foundation, if that makes sense. So let's unbox this and see. So it's got SPF in. This was £25, by the way. Lancome though. So I mean, for me, I bought it with probably the wrong mindset in mind, thinking that I'm bougier than I am, because £25 is a lot for something that you'd use sort of every day. As I said, because it's a tinted moisturiser, just to add like a nice natural glow so you don't look as rough as you usually do when I wake up, brush outside the house, just about fluff my hair out, if I even fluff it out on my way, and then head straight to work. So as I said, so the brown, thank goodness, definitely looks a lot different from the box. So this is the 12W. So let's have a look. There's no really instructions apart from just to press it. I don't know if you should mix it around a bit, but what I'll do is I'll put on the primer with it just in case. So we will try out the primer as well. It's not the same as a foundation, so I suppose it's not meant to give you like intense full coverage. It is by description a skin tint, but we'll see what happens if we could use it as a foundation base, I guess, just to give you a nice healthy glow. Thankfully I do actually not, I don't have bad skin, to be fair, so using a skin tint, we'll see how it works with everything else. So if we're going to do sort of a full fit, oh, it's a gel, okay, alright. I suppose that this looks like my gel mattifying cream that I buy from Avon as well. So, but this one's actually a gel primer, so we'll put that in T-zone. Because I don't necessarily need mattifying everywhere, it's just all in here, especially around my eyes and stuff. My skin definitely feels a little smoother. It does feel like it's drying my skin down as well, so hopefully it won't over dry my skin. With the Avon gel I find that gets too drying, so unless I put that on top of something else, then it really dries out my skin, even though it's reducing the oil, but I don't know if that's balancing it out. Oh, so it comes with a pump, so we have a pump on it as well, which is quite cool. So since this was £25, 25, we're going to make sure that we don't waste any, so we're just gonna, I don't know whether you're supposed to rub it in or brush it in, because it says this is a lightweight skin tint enriched with naturally derived hydrating heroes, okay, with a natural coverage to hide everything but your true self. Reduces signs of fatigue by 25%. Don't know how you measure fatigue. I don't know if the bags don't look 25% as good, but you know, we'll have a look. And smooths wrinkles while revealing a firmer, softer, smoother and more even complexion day after day after 5 days use. So apparently it's supposed to even out your complexion, everything after 5 days, so we'll go in with it. As I said, £25 for every day. 25. But as I said, I watched. Alright, so if this is supposed to be a moisturiser as well, I'm guessing you don't put a lot of moisturiser on your face, you only use a little bit. Okay, we're going with like very little, and we'll just, I guess, rub that in with our fingers and just sort of see what it does. I don't know if it's how it's classed as a moisturiser or a skin tint, but we're going to go in, I think just with my fingers, as you would usually do with a moisturiser in the morning. I don't know if this can replace your moisturiser, or if you'd have to put it on top of something. Right. Just to go in, right, we're going to put a little, I've only been putting sort of half pumps each, so we're only at 1.5 pumps. As I said, £25. So yeah, we're using this very sparingly. That's why it's being pumped up. To be fair, I probably should have pumped it straight, or I have pumped it straight onto the face. We're not wasting any product with £25. So we're not wasting any product with this, although it does actually look like a bit. That's it, because it's a skin tint. There's a tinted moisturiser. I'm not mad at it. It's definitely brown in it, so you can see that on my fingers, although we'll try and press this product in. As I said, £25. So we're gonna try and transfer as much as this as possible all over. Okay, but yeah, I'm not mad at it. As I said, it's supposed to improve your general skin day after day, so we'll have to have a look to see if I can actually consistently wake up early enough to put this on for 5 days and see how I feel about it. But no, I think as far as it goes, it's covering up the bags and stuff. It's only supposed to be a skin tint, but yeah, I'm not mad at it. It doesn't feel heavy or lightweight. It does feel a bit tacky on my cheeks though, like when you put on foundation. So in my head, I sort of think powder. Put powder on it, because I wouldn't usually wear liquids every day because I have my oily skin. I tend to go with my MAC Studio Fix Plus if I was to do every day. If you might have seen my everyday video, which takes 6 minutes for me to do an everyday makeup routine, which sometimes I don't find enough time to do. So I think I might do a comparison against my MAC Studio Fix powder, which I'll literally just brush on and go. So I'll see how long this lasts with regards to it. I'll do that on a different day because we're going to full face with this just as a base. So we'll see how it works as a base. If for example you didn't necessarily need, you had one of those, you know, good complexions and stuff, you didn't need a lot, and you could just full face with like a skin tint rather than a full coverage thick foundation. So I'm just going to go in with a little bit of concealer. Which I'm just using my trusty LA Girl as always. I am very much a creature of comfort, so we're going in with the trusty. I do have the Makeup Revolutions, which I do, as I said, I prefer the stick for them. I just wish the shades were a bit different. So yeah, am I matching my my box yet? Are we close? Are we close? Not quite. I just needed a bit more at the top of the head, but yes, I'm just going to quickly blend this in. Okay, so now that has all been blended out. Okay, so this is it. It was weird to see whether it would blend out into something that isn't full coverage and that isn't too intense, because it's just a skin tint, just to see how it would blend out and how intense it looks. It does look pretty intense under this lighting, so we're just going to set that. Actually, I might set it with my Brown Beauty Bakery powder because of how intense it looks. I'm going to set my whole face with it just to see. So we're going to open the packet. Ooh, and we have our brown. Okay, I'm a sucker for propaganda. Just look at this package. Just look at this packaging. Okay, so we're gonna set our face then with the brown setting flour. So, oh, it's got like little grill holes in it, so we're just gonna shake that a little bit. so we don't take out too much. So we messily took out a bit of product, so we just shook that around a little bit. So I'm just going to go in with my damp beauty blender and set my face with it. I'm just lightly pressing this into the skin. First thoughts is this does look quite red, but we'll see how it is. As I said, because we're setting a skin tint rather than actual foundation. As I said, the foundation itself, you can see, was definitely brown, so it's definitely got colour in it, so it's not just the moisturiser. But yeah, so everywhere with the brown. Is that so? Now for the eyes. And one thing I like about the deliveries as well, Beauty Bay and Cult Beauty, they definitely put a lot of packaging on them. So yes. Ooh, okay. And it's definitely got this pearl reflection to it all around as well. I've seen a couple cars like that and they look good, where it's sort of like a white with a pearl reflective on it. I just hope I don't get it because I've got dirt all over my fingers. So let's see how. Okay, not transferring. Okay, and let's have a look at the colours. Ooh, okay. These are some nice colours. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm trying to be extra careful, it's new and pretty. I think I'm going to go in with the brown first. I'm going to go in with the light brown first, just to dust on my eyes, just to set them a bit more. Then I think I'm going to go in with chocolate in my crease and mix it in with this colour here. So I'm going to mix these two colours here and possibly try and work in the pink, and then maybe the pink in the inner corner. I really like how they've done a grey as well. Actually, you don't really see, I haven't really seen too many silver ones. Usually sometimes you might find you don't really see grey actually in too many eyeshadow palettes, but I do like this silver and how silver it comes off compared to how grey it looks in the palette as well. So we're just going to go in and play around with these. Okay, so the first colour I'm taking is this one and this one, and I'm just going to mix those two and blend that out. And I'm just picking up the excess because after I swirled in it the first time there was a little bit of kickback, so I've literally just dabbed the excess onto the brush and I've just put that on to do the second eye. As I said, we are frugal out here, so we are not wasting anything, especially from this Prestige palette. So even if there's kickback, we're dabbing all of that up, all over from around the sides. We're just tap, 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 tap. Okay, and then next I'm going to go in with this, with crepes. I think we're going to go in with, oh, do I do a halo eye? I'm not too sure. Oh wow, okay. So that is nicely blended out. Okay, so here we have the base, and then I'm just going to get a flat brush and use that for crepes right on the centre of my lid. And I would just like to point out I have not put any spray at all on this brush, and look how that's come out. Definitely feeling prestige. Okay, we're just going to go in and just blend that out a little bit with crepes, just on either side. I've done an inner corner highlight for a while, so we've just very subtly gone in with that, but I am definitely liking this palette. I think as well that with the colours it has, you can make so many versatile looks and some very natural looks, especially with this colour and this colour. I feel these two are definitely going to be my favourite go-tos, but overall I definitely didn't even use any form of spray, and the glitter shade just stuck straight to my lid, so definitely this is the prestige when I have somewhere to go type of palette. So I'm just going to do a wing eyeliner with my dip elf pot, which you've seen many times. Okay, so I have just finished the eyes. I've done the inner corner, I've done a little bit. I'm just going to add some mascara quickly and then we are all done. And that is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the brush to try and brush off this excess powder that is on my face. Yeah, I said it was looking like it was coming off very red. I'd have to see how it comes off afterwards, but it doesn't look red now. And it's definitely diffused how bright that was. As I said, because it's not blending into an actual full face foundation, but the concealer was blending into a tinted moisturiser. That could be why it did look a little bright compared to my face, because it wasn't blended into a full face. So I think we've brushed off most of the excess. We do look a little red still, but that could be the lighting because the walls in here are yellow. But other than that, I am liking the finish on this. So I'm just going to put a little bit of blush on. And this blush is very, very, very pigmented. So we're just going to tread lightly. Okay, so I've treaded lightly with that now. I don't have a new lip colour actually, to be fair, but I mean with this look, a red could work. It goes with my lips, so yeah, ooh, since we're feeling prestige with all these new prestige products, we could bring out the red Fenty. So especially as the Fenty Savage line just came out, I looked on that and I was like, nope. They do actually have some good stuff, to be fair, but I was like, I'm either going to buy all of it or none of it, so it's best I just stay in my financial lane until I know what I can afford and can't afford from that, but the bits look good. So we're just going to go in with the lip stunner, trying to carve out a Rihanna-inspired Cupid's bow as well. Don't think we did too bad with that, and now for the most exciting part, the highlight, which I am always happy for anyway. So this is LeBron James. Wait, is it that way up? Oh no, that way up. LeBron James for the Queen Jackie Ina. I think in honor of her, we should do the intro. Jackie, 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 LeBron James. Okay, now let's get this open. I must look up as some packaging. Oof, I am so excited. The Diamond Glow Powder by Artist Couture. Okay, so we're just gonna unswivel that. Okay, so it's got like the same on the Beauty Bakery flower powder. So on one side it's got like the holes and then you can swivel it round inside. So we're just gonna shake that up a little bit. As I said, we are not wasting product. Not in 2018. So I've got a little bit here on my finger, so if we just bring that up, can we just with this rose gold, I can't believe my cheap ass waited so long to get this. I am so happy. Okay, we went very heavy-handed with this, but it's for Queen Jackie, so you know, let's just try and tread. I was about to say try and tread lightly, but clearly that's not what we're doing today. That's so intense. Okay, let's just try and get a little more off on this side. I mean, since we've got enough on this brush to highlight the world, because a little clearly goes a very long way, we may as well just highlight everywhere. Oh my, let's just, oh my gosh, oh, I think I might actually have to take a different brush to like try and blend this out, because it's that intense on the cheek. There is just no blend. This is serious. This is legitimately serious. Okay, let's, you know what, we're going in with it. Let's just feather this around, leave it as intense as it is, because clearly if you put this on, you have not come to play. Oh gosh, I think there was still more product on the brush. Look how intense that is. My God. Auntie Jackie did not come to play with this. Let's try and get a little bit on the Cupid bow. It's that upper brow highlight. And now let's take a fluffy brush and try and diffuse this. Let's try and take some control of this. Okay, so here you have it then. We have diffused that as much as doable. So first impressions, I do like the products that I have got. I do like the foundation. I said it's not intense coverage, but it's not meant to be. It's a skin tint, so that I really liked. I'm not feeling oily in my T-zones. I definitely feel like I get underbrow oil though, so I probably should have put that under here. But as far as the gel goes, I'm not feeling anything in my T-zone, so it seems to be holding up so far. Okay, the setting powder, as I said, it did look red, but I'm not really seeing red on my skin, so I am liking the finish on this so far, which is really good. I am liking the eyeshadow palette. You just bam, bam, bam. So I am liking that, and I have not even got to tell you about this highlighter. This is me all summer. Like, I saw people mixing this with some baby oil to get that makeshift Fenty shoulder look. You know, as soon as you start talking about those, talk about Rihanna's moment, which she blended that in. So I think this is Auntie Jackie did not come to play with this. So overall, first impressions, it was a very, very, very expensive first impressions. However, I am definitely happy for the quality of the stuff that I've got, considering the price point. It's not stuff as well that I'm going to run out really quickly. Like setting powder can last ages, highlighter as well. You see how lightly you have to tread with this, so this will definitely last ages. The eyeshadow palette as well, I don't do a lot of intense eye looks. I think the only thing possibly might be this, but we'll see how long this lasts. As I said, it's supposed to, you know, 5 days, and it's supposed to improve your skin and everything about your skin. It's got SPF in it, which with the summer coming up and the sun that we've had recently, I think I definitely might wear this more. And to be fair, the foundation has lasted, or the skin tint has lasted, even with a full coverage look, rather than just an everyday sort of pump and go, if you like, with this. So I'm definitely happy with this. As I said, Lancome. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and like the top, as I said, took a while, so we're definitely taking that in this video, and I hope to see you on the next video. I've got all different types of content coming. I hope you like the diverseness. I'm just trying to gauge, you know, what's working and what isn't, and for what views I get. But yeah, if you have any recommendations or anything you want to see, comment below, and I will see you on the next video.